He's compared to Michael Jordan. He's compared to LeBron James. He's compared to Charles Barkley. He's compared to Shawn Kemp. He's compared to Blake Griffin. He's even compared to one of my favorite young rising stars in the league, Julius Randle. People have said that this specific player is Julius Randle with hops, but I disagree with those comparisons. I actually think that this player is Josh Smith 2.0. There's no comparison better than this, and you'll see the player that I'm talking about in a few seconds. But before I get deeper into the video, I'd like to shout out Ben McInnes and Squirtle Dude. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. And for the other people that didn't get shoutouts that wanted one, I'll shout you out in future videos because I'll only be doing 2 shoutouts per video because I'm getting so many shoutout requests. Also, if you want a shoutout in future videos, let me know in the comment section below. But with all that being said, if you are new to my channel and not subscribed, make sure to subscribe because I drop basketball videos and I cover different topics of the NBA. And don't forget to hit the notification button to get notified whenever I drop a video if you haven't already. And like I always say, once again, it's Third Ivy 195 coming at you with another video. Stay tuned.
Hey, sell it for free. Put no prices on that body, sell it for free. Hey, sell it for free. Girl, you know that body prices, sell it for free.
The player that I'm talking about is... Yeah, that's right. The player is Zion Williamson. In my opinion, he's Josh Smith 2.0. And here's why. You'll see, we'll be looking at offense, which includes scoring, assists, and offensive rebounds. And we'll be looking at defense as well, which includes steals, blocks, and defensive rebounds. And something that people don't mention is that rebounding is a part of offense and defense. That's why rebounding will be looked into from both aspects. We'll also be looking at their play styles as well. Josh Smith doesn't have any collegiate statistics because he was drafted out of high school. So I have to compare Zion's collegiate statistics to Josh Smith's NBA statistics to project how I think things will pan out for Zion in the NBA. When you compare Zion's stats to Josh Smith's stats, you'll notice that Zion's stats are very similar to Josh Smith's stats throughout Josh Smith's career, especially in Josh Smith's best statistical season in the NBA. Now, I'll specifically be using Josh Smith's best statistical season, which was the 2011 to 2012 season, to compare it to Zion's collegiate stats. When you're looking at both of their stats, you'll notice that Zion is a better scorer. They're about the same defensively, but Josh Smith had more blocked shots, and Zion is better at stealing the ball, and Josh Smith had more assists and rebounds. But that's how you know Zion Williamson is a beast, because look at the amount of minutes he's played in his collegiate career. He played 30 minutes per game. If Zion played the same amount of minutes Josh Smith played, his stats would be better than what it was, which is crazy, because playing more minutes does make a difference. That's why Josh Smith beat him in some statistical categories. When you look at Josh Smith's career, it proves what I'm saying. Playing more minutes makes a difference, because look at Josh Smith's rookie season and compare it to his sophomore season. His stats get way better because he played more minutes, and then look at the rest of his career. And then as his minutes dropped, his stats dropped. Now I'm going to be taking it up a notch. If Zion ends up playing around 35 minutes per game this upcoming season in his rookie season and he's healthy, I believe that Zion will put up better numbers than Josh Smith has ever put up in his career. And Josh Smith played for 13 seasons, and this is why I believe that Zion Williamson is Josh Smith 2.0. Imagine what Zion will do in his NBA career. I know Zion is not in a league among boys anymore, he's in a league among men, but if you think I'm crazy, just take a look at what he did to Kevin Knox. He manhandled him, and Kevin Knox has more NBA experience than him, which comes with knowing the physical aspects of the NBA more, and Kevin is used to dealing with men that are big that know how to use their bodies. Take a look.
Some strength. Kevin Knox looks like he's got a corral. Mr. Williamson says, no, sir. Let me show you how I do it. My goodness. Knox, he just takes it right away, Mark.
I know Kevin Knox isn't the biggest. Zion weighs more than him, but it's not about how big you are all the time. It's about strength. One person can be bigger than the other, but the guy that's smaller is stronger than the other guy that's bigger. This just goes to show how much of a beast Zion is. A lot of people say that Zion will be a bust, but trust me, this guy's going to be a beast. There's a reason why Jordan Brand signed him for about $75 million and 2K signed him for about $45 million. Companies are good at predicting who will be be a superstar. For example, Nike signed LeBron for $90 million back in 2003 when he was a rookie, and look at what LeBron turned out to be. He turned out to be one of the greatest players of all time and the best player on the planet this decade. Some people even argue that LeBron is the greatest player of all time. You know, when you are getting compared to Michael Jordan, or people are saying you are greater than Kobe, you are doing something right. If you are not convinced that Zion Williamson has a similar play style to Josh Smith and that he's Josh Smith 2.0, just take a look at their highlights. I'll be showing you just 1 minute from 2 of their highlights each. Take another look. So as you've seen, Josh Smith and Zion Williamson have a similar game to each other. They are both athletic, fast, they are very good at defense, they have motor, and they approach the game the same way. And they both play the same position. They are both power forwards / small forwards. Plus, they are both left-handed, and they are both slam dunk champions. Josh Smith won the dunk contest back in 2005 during the All-Star weekend, and Zion won the high school dunk contest last year. And I believe that Zion should participate in the dunk contest during his NBA career, because I honestly think that he can win the dunk contest. But man, Josh and Zion are honestly both similar. I don't see how someone couldn't see this. In case people forget how good Josh Smith was, this is how good he was. I'll show you some of the things that he's done throughout his NBA career, and you guys have seen his stats already, so I don't even have to show you his stats anymore. Josh Smith was the youngest player in NBA history to block 10 shots in a game. He did this when he was on the Atlanta Hawks against the Dallas Mavericks back on December the 18th in 2004 at the age of 19 years and 13 days old. He was also the youngest player to get to 500 career blocked shots, and he did this against the New York Knicks on March the 3rd back in 2007 at the age of 21 years and 88 days old in 206 games. And last but not least, Josh Smith was the youngest player to get to 1,000 blocked shots against the Oklahoma City Thunder back on February the 2nd in 2010 at the age of 24 years and 59 days old in 423 games. I honestly think that Josh Smith should have been an All-Star at least once in his career, and he should have won a Defensive Player of the Year award at least once in his career because of what he used to do defensively. But unfortunately, these things never happened for him in his career though. He was really underrated. Zion being Josh Smith 2.0 is a great thing for Zion because he'll benefit in the NBA. Here's why. He could do everything that Josh Smith did in the NBA, but in my opinion, he's going to do it better. And that's what 2.0 means. I'm pretty sure we all know what it means. It's a more advanced version of an original concept, product, or service, which can include a person and more. Zion has more skills than Josh Smith ever had, even though he does the same thing as Josh Smith on the court. Zion can handle the ball better than Josh Smith did, which will cause him to be a point forward in the league. He even used to be a point guard in middle school because he used to work with his stepdad on his skills as a point guard, and he was dominant. but that changed as he got older, but the skills stayed with him. It's like Anthony Davis. He used to be a point guard, and then he had a big growth spurt. He grew from 6'2 to 6'10, which caused him to change the position that he played from a point guard to a power forward and center, but he can't handle the ball for a 6'10 guy. That's why he's dominant in the league. And it's the same thing with Blake Griffin. He used to be a point guard when he was younger as well, but due to a growth spurt, he had to change his position, and now he's a power forward. So because Zion has this skill, this will cause him to translate into the NBA in a positive way. Plus, Zion is a physical force. He's 6'7", 285 pounds, and he's strong and athletic, and trust me when I say this, you can say what you want, but nobody will be able to stop him whenever he penetrates to the basket. The only thing that I think he won't do better than Josh Smith is blocking shots. It's not because I think that Zion is not capable of blocking shots at the level that Josh Smith has, but because it's the way the game is played today. The NBA is a perimeter-oriented game now, so Zion won't be hovering around the paint often. He'll probably be around the perimeter more, and Zion is quick on his feet and only 6'7". He's not that tall, so his coach will most likely want him on the perimeter more, which will result in him not blocking as much shots as Josh Smith has in the past. To me, Zion will be better in the steals per game category than the blocks per game category. I honestly think that Zion is going to be as great of a perimeter defender that Scottie Pippen was throughout the 80s and 90s. I can see Zion putting up numbers like 25 points and 10 rebounds, 5 to 7 assists and 2 steals and 1.5 blocks per game consistently. A double-double machine that's lethal on defense type of player. I feel like Zion has the ability to win a Defensive Player of the Year award more than once and to become an MVP more than once in his NBA career, and definitely a multiple-time All-Star. That's how great I think he'll be, and I'll say it again. Zion Williamson is Josh Smith 2.0. Teams just have to build around him properly with spot-up shooters and 1 or 2 guys that can create for themselves offensively, just like Milwaukee did for Giannis, and everything will be fine, because I think that Zion won't be that good at shooting threes. At best, in my opinion, he'll be okay at shooting threes, so that's why I feel like a team that he's on needs to build around that weakness that he has, because he'll be a franchise player, mark my word. And also because if teams stop him from penetrating when they trap him defensively, he's going to need sharp shooters or 1 or 2 other guys that can create for themselves offensively when he gets in trouble, because like I said before, Zion will be a franchise player, which means he can be the best player on a championship team in my opinion. But that's it for the video, guys. That's how great I think that Zion Williamson will be in the NBA, and I'll say it once again, he's Josh Smith 2.0. And like I always say, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button and comment below. Tell me what you think. Your opinion matters, and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram accounts. It's the same name as my YouTube channel name, and share this video. Peace.
I eat my French toast, bag of French girl, tell her let's go. Watch me explode like I'm Mentos mixed with that coke. Moving like a groupie, so I back up pronto. Though you a baddie, I'm gon' split my Uber, go get you a taxi.